Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here, just hanging out next to this foliage. And look who else is hanging out next to the foliage. Count Stankus, is that you?
It's me.
And we are on the corner of 7th Street and Gladys Avenue. And what town are we in right now?
BC in California, Long Beach.
Long Beach. And even though you do not see a beach, rest assured there is a beach within driving distance anyway, or probably walking distance. And we're just out exploring some houses. We were actually looking for some other houses, but we just so happened to stumble upon this particular topic for this daily vlog. Something that is actually mentioned in the Guinness Book of World Records and in Ripley's Believe It or Not have both documented. Some people say it is the world's smallest, skinniest, and some people say it is, in the US of A, the America's skinniest house ever. And it actually is located right over here. The world's or America's US of A skinniest. Let's just say it's the world's skinniest house. People can
skinniest.
The world's okay. Scratch what I just said. It's the world's skinniest house, and it just so happens to be directly in front of us right here. Documented at being less than 10 feet wide. In fact, this was actually placed as a bet in 1932. The gentleman who actually built this house placed a bet with his friend, kind of like if me and you were placing bets.
Yes.
I would probably not place a bet that I could build a house that was skinny, that would actually fit on a 10-foot piece of land. I would place a different type of bet. But basically, like, we're friends. So in 1932, I believe his name was Drummond?
Drummond. Nelson Drummond.
Nelson Drummond. I'm thinking Mr. Drummond from the TV show. What was that? Not Facts Alive.
Different Strokes.
Different strokes for different folks.
That's right.
And this folk, Nelson Drummond, wanted to build a house, the world's skinniest house, right here underneath this bird feeder. What kind of birds do those feed?
Hummingbirds.
That is a hummingbird. You are actually a self-proclaimed aficionado of feeding hummingbirds as well, right?
We have them all over my yard.
They're all over your
Everywhere.
yard, which is probably a Southern California thing.
It's a big thing here, yeah.
And what else is in Southern California than this? The world's skinniest house. That is all. I haven't done the intro yet. It's my second channel, daily blog channel. It's the Daily Woo, world's skinniest house edition. We're walking in the middle of the road. I did not look both ways. Luckily, I have you here to protect me.
I wasn't paying attention.
So the bet we would place would be, can you cross the road without actually getting struck by a vehicle? It's very busy over here.
Yeah.
But there really is no traffic on this thoroughfare, which you think this would be very popular because this is a historic location. The world's skinniest house. And it's interesting because the house itself is actually skinnier than the tree limbs are. And we parked right down the road, and as we were walking up, I thought it was going to be on the other side. And what did you say to me?
Isn't that the house, man?
And I said, there's no way that's the house. I didn't even look at the house. I just assumed that it was going to be on the main drag, the main thoroughfare. 7th Street this is, correct?
Right, 7th Street.
7th Street. But that's it. The world's skinniest house, and it has a weather vane right up there with a dog. All right, let's get up close and show a closer view. And somebody actually resides here. So the gentleman who placed the bet that he could not build a residential house that was actually inhabitable to his friend won the bet. What do you think the bet was? What do you think he won? Monetary gains? Or just for posterity, perhaps?
I think it was like $100, right?
$100. He won $100, yes. 708, and it looks like there used to be some sort of a flag dangling there. Maybe the flag was actually documenting and stating the fact that this was the world's skinniest house, documented in books and on the interwebs. I would actually trust books more than I would trust the interwebs, because sometimes the interwebs do not actually feed you factual information. And that little window up there is actually open. You got to wonder if there's like a creature.
There's a baby gnome living in there.
a baby gnome up in the top of the Skinniest. This is how urban legends and lies get started, Count Stankus, because you are saying that there is a baby gnome in the top. Look at these Christmas lights here. They're celebrating the Christmas season way ahead of schedule here at the world's skinniest house. So that's the front view. Maybe we should walk around the back and see if there is a cool alley side view from the back side. So very interesting, right here on this main road, 7th Street. There's actually an apartment complex up here that I thought is where the world's skinniest house was next to. But it's actually on that road, off of the beaten path, if you will. See if there's a back end. Maybe there's a back door entrance. We can see maybe if there is a back door gnome.
Oh my, jeez.
I
hope there's not a back door gnome.
That sounds like a
here.
very unusual film. The back door gnome. Whoa, where is it? Oh, it's blocked by this. So actually it's kind of like concealed.
You can see a tiny chair up there.
There's a tiny chair, and there's like a little pipe for the chimney.
He slides down it when he goes to get his victims at night.
Yeah, the gnome victims. He climbs out of there and slithers down. That right there. It is very well concealed, and look at the top.
Yeah, you know what? It's got a little patio.
It's got a little patio balcony area. So I wonder if the gnome who resides in there is a skinny gnome or a big gnome. It'd be ironic if he was actually 10 feet wide.
He might be.
And he was living inside a 10-foot skinny house. Very, very interesting. So that's about it. Very exciting. We did not plan on seeing this today. We were actually searching for other homes, which we will not give a spoiler alert, because we will probably find them for another future vlog or a video. So we do not want to give away. We do not want to give away what we actually were hunting down originally. But we just so happened to realize that we were near the world's skinniest house, so we had to document that. We had to film that for today's vlog. Check out Count Stankus' YouTube channel. He does all kind of weird, wacky stuff, like toy reviews, weird things like that. So go over to YouTube/Count Stankus. Tell him I sent you, even though I'm right here next to you, and I'm giving away the fact that I'm telling them that I'm sending them your way. Yes. Tell him anyway.
That's right.
And what else should we talk about? What else is going on today? It's Monday. It's also June 1st.
It is. Holy crap.
Spreadshirt is having a sale. I do not know what the sale is, but it's if you spend $30, which is basically less than 2 shirts, you get free shipping anywhere in the world.
That's a good deal,
directly to your house. Just Google Spreadshirt deal. I do not remember what it is. I'm actually ill-prepared to give you that deal, but it's going on for the next 4 days. I'll remind you tomorrow, or you can beat me to the punch just by Googling it. But for now, I'm going to end this with a moment of gnomey quietness.
He'll come out and he'll bite you.
That's right.
Give you rabies.
Gnomes have rabies? All right. A moment of gnomey rabies-filled quietness as we end this vlog at the world's skinniest house. Says Ripley's and says Guinness. And you got to wonder if the gnome's in there, if he's tipped back a couple Guinnesses in his day. The big 10-foot wide gnome that lives in the skinny house has been drinking some Guinnesses. And maybe his name is Ripley. Ripley's. Like Aliens, Sigourney Weaver's character.
That's right.
That would be that's a weird gnome. You're a weird gnome that lives in the skinny house. All right, moment of quietness like I promised starts now. Don't laugh, it's a moment of quietness. Are you enjoying the moment of quietness? I gotta say, that was a pretty epic low-down shot. It made it look a lot more ominous. I have to pat myself on the back for that fantastic cinematography that I just shown. All right, before the gnome pops out with his drunken Ripley named Guinness.
Yes.
10-foot wide gnome living in this house. We're going to say goodbye. Check out Count Stankus. Check out that Spreadshirt deal. And check out one last look at the gnome skinny house. The gnome is actually made up by us, but this is a factual house. The world's skinniest. Where?
He's in the pot.
Oh my gosh, he is in the pot. Look at this. Oh my gosh, that was actually a gnome.
He was sleeping. You're lucky.
Let's get out of here.
We must leave.
All right.
Flee. Flee now.
All right, goodbye.